you guys not going to start till 10:45? Should we wait? Local schools not had it start at 10:45 to 11:45. Isn't it a 1 hour program?
Well, because we get 15 minutes for this.
Yeah, so it's 10:45. Because I think there's a school that just showed up.
Okay, so should we like 10 minutes?
You can even do some like chants if
you want us to?
And just give a countdown. Say like we still have schools joining us, so we're gonna do 5, and then like in between do a chant, like a wake up chant.
Should we do the seas are rising, so are we? The seas are rising, so are we? Do y'all want me to say it?
Yes,
All right, check. So there are other schools that will be joining us, so we're just going to wait for another 10 more minutes right now. In the meantime, can we do one practice chant so that y'all can use it in the march? All right. This chant is going to be used in a poem that we will be performing as well. It says, the seas are rising and so are we. So when we say the seas are rising, we need you all to say, and so are we. All right, everybody get the rhythm of that? All right, ready? Let's practice it. You want to go first?
All right. The seas are rising.
And so are we.
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 Thank you, guys.
One more. Never mind.
Let's do another one. We need them to teach everybody what the order is. Because at the end of our thing, we have to do it. Hey, can we get everybody's attention up here real quick for Misha from the Centennial PI Club? This is another thing to prepare you guys for the speeches that'll happen today. So listen up, please.
The Centennial PI needs everybody to do a clapping thing that we do for the Pinguapis people. And it goes like, can someone clap for me? Because my hand is broken.
You gotta say it though. Can you say it?
Yeah.
Say what's called.
Ariasalu!
Okay? 3, 2, 1. Alright? So when she says that phrase, we're all gonna clap 7 times total, but it's 3, 3, 1. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's 10, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. All right? Everybody got that?
Yeah. One more time. Ariasalu!
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Yeah.
Your favorite.
Oh, thank you. We are not drowning, we are fighting. All right, we got one more chant for y'all before we start. I know it's a few minutes. Just sit tight, guys. This last one is something that we used a lot in September 20th, so I know a lot of our PI kids know this one. But we will be saying, we are not drowning. Y'all will say, we are fighting. This is a really famous slogan from the Pacific Climate Warriors. They're an organization of PI activists from around the islands who are fighting for climate change. So when we say we are not drowning, we're saying this is not a negative thing. We are still fighting for our islands, all right? So when we say we are not drowning, you say we are fighting. There we go.
Louder than that.
Let's do it again. We are not drowning.
We are fighting.
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 Oh, that's good.
Not okay, viewers.
I got a haircut yesterday. And now my hair is the real RHS, if you get what I'm saying. The real RHS, if you get what I'm saying. The real RHS.
We have 10 more minutes, 10 more minutes.
When are we hyping up like?
In 10 minutes.
I just need to know when you need me.
Oh my god, your script.
I haven't. Yeah, I have a script.
Okay, so after we do our land recognition, and I finish saying, like, kind of...
Is it possible to ask everyone to hold up their signs for a picture or get all the signs up?
Okay, when starts school?
Alright, I'm about
When is
He
Leo?
wants me to tell him to hold up the posters so they can get a photo. You want me to say that?
Okay, yeah.
And then,
Also,
hey, watch out.
wait. One part, do you want me to put one part for the chance?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we didn't know what last one was like.
Yeah, I don't have a favorite side, but we can, right?
Yeah, of course you can. We're representing.
And then...
Yeah. Hey, wait, watch out. Hey, watch out. Hey, can y'all do me a favor real quick? All y'all hold up your posters. Hold them up. Yes, sir. I like that.
Yup, we see that one might have
Yes, sir. Hey, so who want to hold the mic? Because I don't want to hold the mic. You want to hold the mic? You want to hold the mic? Just don't say no speaking. I said don't say nothing stupid.
I didn't say nothing stupid. I'm just holding the mic.
Spelling, please go slower. Yes, sir.
Should we teach them the long one? Wait, what time is it?
Okay. Hey, you guys, can I get you guys' attention? Okay, so I'm gonna teach you guys another chant. It's a really long one. So, so I'm gonna start out with "Tell me what our front lines look like." Our front line, you guys are gonna repeat back to me. You guys are gonna say, "This is what front line looks like." So. Okay, front line means people, like if your people are right now or about to be displaced by climate change in the near future, you are frontline. This is not just Pacific Islanders, but this is also indigenous people and their homelands. So, yeah, so I'm going to need like front lines to do that first one. So I'm going to say, tell me what our front lines look like. Okay, y'all. Can y'all like
Practice it after we tell them.
Okay. And then my allies, I'm gonna need y'all to repeat back to me. So I'm gonna say, tell me what our allies look like. Then you guys say, this is what allies look like. There you go. Thank you, David. And then everybody, this last one, I'm gonna say, tell me what our movements look like. Then you guys repeat back to me and say, this is what our movements look like. There you go. Okay. All right, so it's front line, allies, then everybody, okay? All right, so y'all ready? Y'all ready? I'm gonna need y'all to be loud, okay? All right. Tell me what our front lines look like.
This is what our front line looks like.
Tell me what our allies look like.
This is what our allies look like.
Tell me what our movement looks like.
This is what our movement looks like.
All right. Okay, so we're gonna do this one more time. Yeah, I'm gonna need y'all in the bag. All right, allies. All right. Okay, everybody. I'm gonna need y'all to be loud. Like, come on. Y'all are all in the front. I can barely hear y'all. In the back, I don't blame y'all, but I'm gonna need y'all to scream for me, okay? All right, so tell me what our front lines look like.
This is what our front line looks like.
Tell me what our allies look like.
This is what our allies look like.
Tell me what our movement looks like.
This is what our movement looks like.
Yeah, okay, turn it on.
Time check. What time is it?
10:42.
3 more minutes.
3 more minutes, y'all. We got 3 more minutes. We got 3 more.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have 3 more minutes before this strike or protest or this march or this rally. What? Here, hold this.
We ask everybody for the camera people want to be on here, but I can tell them to like on the stage, like with their signs. Like
Announce the time. Announce the time. Let's say 3
you
minutes.
want me to go and tell them to like get off the stage?
You're gonna start like once we start.
Yeah, once we start, like 10:45, and yeah, you can tell me to
Hey,
get off.
MCs, come here. MCs, come here. Huddle up. Okay, so when we start, we gotta make sure, like, 1, it's only MCs up here, right? And then 2, make sure, like, we know that people are going to hype us up even if we didn't ask for the hype, right? We know that they're gonna be clapping and stuff. So when they're clapping, just pause. Don't talk over them, or else everybody will be able to hear our voices. Are we cool? Talk slow, talk loud. Like, if you think that you're talking normal, you're talking too fast. Right? Just think about that, okay? That's the only talking points that I got from my mom. Like, if you think that you're talking normal, you're actually talking too fast. Okay, so slow and slow, right?
David? When we hype brings out, we like David do your thing. We'll just be like David do your thing.
They're like, David, do your thing.
MCs, when we start, do we want only MCs up here so everybody else is good off? Yeah. We have 2 more minutes, it's cool, but I'm just saying like...
Remember to tell David? David!
Roll call.
Oh, yeah. You gotta go in here or go in there?
Sit down or sit. Like if people are like chill and like behaving like people,
Yeah, you guys
people are like really like getting aggressive. Like, when they, like,
I'll be back.
He's a badass.
I feel bad because people are Okay, wait. It goes Kiara first.
Kiara.
Tate. Akash, you're next to Tate, okay?
And then
Zemzem, and then me, and then Nani, and then Khalid.
y'all need to get off the stage.
No, Leo, not right now. Wait, I thought we said because it's gonna be hard for them to get up out of the crowd. So Philip should be up there too. It's hard to get the crowd to get the spirit.
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay, y'all, we're about to start. Yeah? Huh? Yeah, just stay there. Can we have everybody quiet down, please? All of your MCs are about to introduce themselves. And we just want to thank you guys for coming out today to support us. Okay. I'm Kiara Batiga. I'm a senior at Roosevelt High School, and I'm an enrolled member of the Round Valley Indian Tribes in Covelo, California, and also a direct descendant of the Klamath Tribes in Southern Oregon.
My name is Tate Yugosaf. I'm a junior at Roosevelt High School, and I'm Oglala Lakota, Northern Cheyenne, and Northern Arapaho.
My name is Akash Sharma. I'm a senior at Roosevelt High School and I represent the beautiful islands of Fiji.
My name is Zemzem Hussein, and I'm representing Roosevelt High School, and I'll be representing the Oromia region.
My name is Kaya LaGuardia Yonamine. I am a senior at Roosevelt High School and represent the Kingdom of the Ryukyu Islands.
My name is Nani Santer. I'm a junior at Roosevelt High School, and I'm representing the small, beautiful islands of Chuuk, Micronesia.
My name is Callie Sakios, and I'm a junior at Roosevelt. You already know. Rep. And I'm also representing the small, beautiful islands of Chuuk, Micronesia. Yeah!
And we would like everyone to quiet down and be respectful right now as we read our land acknowledgement. We would like to acknowledge that we gathered together today as Portland youth residing on traditional lands of the Multnomah, Cathlamet, Clackamas, Tumwater, Watlala, and Cowlitz bands of Chinook, Tualatin, Kalapuya, Malala peoples, and many other indigenous nations of the Columbia River, whom have fought, buried, loved, learned, hunted, and built homes upon. We honor with gratitude the land itself and the people whose ancestral land we gather on.
As Indigenous frontline communities and allies committed to fighting for climate justice and our protection of our sacred homelands, we come here committed to be better protectors of this land that we live on as well.
We acknowledge that around the world in this very moment, rights of indigenous people all over the globe are being violated as sacred lands, oceans, rainforests, and rivers are being destroyed and harmed. And indigenous groups and allies will continue to rise. Remembering these communities, we honor their legacy, their lives, and their descendants.
We cannot fight for action towards climate justice without the recognition of the rights of indigenous peoples who are on the front lines of the impact of climate change and the ones with ancient and cultural ways that can bring sustainability to our planet.
A Native American leader, Tatanka Ayotaki, said, "Let us put our minds together and see what life we can make for our children." We as Indigenous youth belong in any plans, negotiations, actions that our city government takes to slow down and get rid of climate change once and for all.
We are not up for negotiation. Our homelands are not up for negotiation. Our cultures are not up for negotiation. And our existence as indigenous people are not up for negotiation. with deep respect to the native land and original people whose lands we gather on today. I see y'all. We call on all of us to declare that fighting for climate justice means to also fight for indigenous justice.
All right, now that our land recognition is done, I'm gonna need y'all to turn me up a little bit, you know? I'm like, what it do, baby?
Okay, I just want. How y'all doing today? How y'all feeling? Sorry, I know it's cold, but you know, it's for climate justice. Period. Thank you for being a part of this land recognition today. Oh my gosh, thank you. So, before we start our testimonies,
we want to know who's in the crowd today. So, where's our volunteers at?
We're gonna do a shout out real quick for everybody in the crowd. Where are our volunteers at?
yeah!
Lincoln.
Where my Lincoln kids at?
Where's our grandkids at? Hey.
All right, where's my Reynolds kids at? Oh, y'all out here? Guess what? Y'all coming to the next one though. Cleveland.
So, like, I was wondering, where my Cleveland kids at? Ah, y'all in the back! Y'all in the back! I see y'all! I see y'all! Do we have any David Douglas in the house? No? No! All right. I see how it is. I see how it is.
Skip Park Road.
Okay, I was also wondering, where my Madison kids at though? Hey! I see y'all. I see y'all. Y'all get lit. Y'all get lit. Okay. Huh?
I'm also a wanderer. Where's our Franklin kids at? Okay, we see you. We see y'all.
Parker's in here.
Do we have any Jefferson kids? Hey! Demos, I say? Hey, that's what's up. Okay, I'm back again. And I'm still wondering if there's any Benson kids in the house. Oh! I see y'all! I see y'all! I appreciate y'all!
I know it's kind of a mission, but what about Wilson? Okay.
All right, so this next school, I want y'all to be a little bit extra loud. It's not the school we thinking, but you know, Centennial, turn me up. Centennial, turn me up.
And I know I see some Central Catholic kids out there. Where they at? Miles, I see you out there. Let's go. What about any middle schoolers? Yeah, there we go. Okay. You're the future.
Hey, we got like any college students up in here? Oh, yup. Parents and families? I see y'all. Hold on. Alright, so you know Roosevelt football games, you know what we do after we catch some dubs? David, take it over.
Y'all ready? Hold up. You wish you were a rider! You wish you were a rider! You wish you were a rider!
Roosevelt, turn me up real quick. Roosevelt, turn me up.
Alright, next. Kiara, you're next. Just be like, thank y'all for having us.
Watch your phone.
Me? My turn? I go? Alright, y'all. Move to the side. So we just want to let y'all know like a little bit more why we're here today. So we're here today to further address the climate crisis that's happening now and the urgency of this issue. We want to recognize who the climate crisis is directly impacting at this time, and that is the Pacific Islander and indigenous communities residing here in Portland. While we know that climate change is an issue that will affect our own city eventually, the impacts of climate change are destroying native lands and Pacific Islands right now and have been for years.
We want to be clear that when we refer to frontline communities, we are talking about indigenous people whose homes and cultures are being destroyed. We are here to stand in solidarity for these people who some of us call family as they fight for their homelands, but also show what allyship looks like. We will also have testimonies throughout the day about what isn't and what isn't allyship and how we can support these communities in this fight for climate justice.
The climate crisis is very close to home for the indigenous communities. We would like to start these testimonies with our very own Roosevelt High School students.
They will be talking about how climate change affects their own communities and homelands and what we can do in solidarity with our frontline groups. Please give it up for Mary Jane and a KK.
Hello, my name is Mary Jane.
My name's Akeke. And we're both seniors at Roosevelt High School. I come from a small group of islands in Micronesia called the Marshall Islands. It is located in the middle of the Pacific Ocean just above the equator. Just last week, the Marshall Islands were flooded by waves so big known as king tides that were up to 16.4 feet. Climate change isn't the only traumatic experience our island has gone through. During World War II, a couple years after, one of our islands, Bikini Atoll, was used as a testing site for the U.S. military. Throughout those years, 67 bombs were dropped on the small outer atoll, causing health problems that still occur today due to the radiation. That's just one thing that our islands have experienced. Today, we are seeing our island being washed away by the ocean. Houses, cemeteries, and land being washed away into the ocean as if they never existed. Some people think that we have a couple of decades, but we only have a couple of years. If we don't act now, my kids, grandkids, and their kids will only have a Google picture to remind them of where they come from. Our fight does not stop here. We still have a long way to go. They may say our island is drowning, but what they forget to realize is us rising. We are fighting for our culture, our homelands, our identity. We are fighting for our islands.
As climate change becomes more of a life-threatening issue to our islands, us here in the U.S. still have a role in taking action. We need you all to use your resources to bring awareness to this crisis. We want to start by taking action through things like social media so many youth use. And that is where we want to start with when taking action. We need you to use your voices and your knowledge about climate change and make it a topic of conversation, making it known to people that climate change is swallowing our islands and we can still do something about it. There is no time left. Our people and ancestors are depending on us to lead this fight. Climate change is no longer a far-off problem that we can dismiss. So we need to take action immediately or our islands will go under. So as the seas rise, so will we. Thank you, MJ. Thank you, KK. Let's give him another round of applause. Okay. So, up next, we're going to have the Pacific Islander Club from Centennial High School. And we're going to bring up their officers, Misha and Jalen.
They will be performing their Mana song and speaking about why they're participating in this climate action as Islander youth. Please welcome the officers, Misha and Jalen in the Centennial Pacific Islander Club.
Hey, what's up? My name's Jalen. I'm the treasurer of the Pacific Islander Club in Centennial. I just want to thank Nani and Tate for introducing us. And I'm going to give it off to Misha.
Hi, my name's Misha. I'm a senior at Centennial High School. I'm the secretary of our new and really new PI club. And I would like to bring up our PI club right now. Come on, guys. We would also want to thank our advisor, Simeon. Let's give him a round of applause, please, for guiding us from this new journey that we've started. And now I'm going to pass it along to Jalen. Where's Jalen?
Now we're going to recite why we're here and why climate change is an urgency.
Climate change is an urgency because I'm scared to lose the blood and culture that the ocean will soon swallow, taking my home and my heart along with it.
Climate change is an urgency because the beautiful islands of Bombay that I represent of is slowly going to sink. Climate change is an urgent matter because this generation deserves to see the beautiful islands of Micronesia and the Pacific Islands.
Climate change is an urgency because we shouldn't have to fight for our homes to stay afloat and for our ancestors to stay alive.
Climate change is an urgency because I want to go back and see my family and go back to see my homeland. And I want to introduce it to my kids and my grandkids.
Climate change is an urgency because I have a 15-year-old sister who would be distraught if she lost the only home she knew. Climate change is an urgency because it's my home that's being affected. If I know that my sister ends up crying because of this, I know I failed. So right now, I'm fighting for my sister.
Climate change is an urgency because my culture and many others are going extinct, and I need all of y'all to remember that. Without us, there is no us. Without the land, there is no land. I'm afraid of the mere fact that there will be nothing left for us Pacific Islander souls, silently withering in this pain of our islands getting swallowed by the waters that surround us. And that's why I'm here to speak loudly about this problem. Thank you.
We gotta say thank you to them. Give it up for them.
Hey, can we give it up for Centennial real quick, please?
Y'all did that.
They really did that. Introduce Kaya now? All right. So up next, we would like to introduce one of the Lincoln High School students that have been organizing alongside with us today.
So we'll be talking about allyship and what it means to be an ally in the climate change movement for youth in Portland. Give it up for Lincoln ally Kaya Young.
Hi guys. First, I'd just like to thank everyone. Your presence is so welcomed and so immensely appreciated. I couldn't have done it without you guys, and I'm just so proud of all of the hard work that everyone has put in today. So thank you so much. I'd like to introduce myself to you guys as a community member. When it was decided that I would be speaking on behalf of Lincoln, I just kept coming back to this feeling of responsibility in my heart. Imagine that every one of our liberties is bound up together by a system of oppression and capitalism, rising seas and rising global temperatures, that these obstacles cannot be dismantled unless we unite. And white people, that means we need you. Let's get real. Portland is 72% white. In order to create change and really shift our narratives, we need to put in the legwork. Similarly to our demographics, Lincoln High School is 71% white. As we can see, it's also near the heart of downtown, which results in countless opportunities and privileges that we don't take for granted. But we don't have time to not use our platform. We must act now. We must utilize the support from our Lincoln community and extend it to the rest of the city and the rest of our peers without the same access. We must build genuine relationships across difference and across cities. We must overcome the fear of the unknown. We must be aware that when we speak and offer input, it takes space. And sometimes our input is not 100% needed, and that it takes away from voices that haven't been heard for generations. Instead of listening to respond, start listening to understand. Let's make it known that we're doing what we have to because no one else will. Let's make it known that our front lines are being so heavily impacted that if we don't bring change, cultures and lives will be wiped away with no one to hold responsible. Let's try to recognize when we overstep or leave negative impacts. Reach out from the kindness of your heart because we're all human. Let's step up and step back. Let's be accountable and consistent and never stop fighting. Because if we stop fighting, we all lose. Thank you.
Thank you for speaking. Let's give it up for her one more time. Next, we have our very own Roosevelt alumni coming here on stage as an ally, current college student and an advocate for the rights of Cuban Americans.
So, she will be talking about the importance of allyship and prioritizing the voices of frontline communities in this movement. Please give it up for Briley Butita Aquino!
Hi everyone, my name is Briley Butita Aquino, and I would just like to say before I start how humbled and honored I am to have been allowed to speak today. I've had the privilege to watch this incredible group organize today's event for a while, and I mean like into the night, y'all. I'm talking like 8 p.m., 9 p.m. on school nights. And I just want to say I'm nothing short of proud what they and all of you have accomplished today. The amount of drive each and every one of you possess is something truly incredible, and I want to make that known. Before I begin, I would like to open up with a short quote from the poem Puerto Rican Obituary by Pedro Pierti. From the nervous breakdown streets where the mice live like millionaires, but the people don't live at all. Bailante. From the Caribbean islands to our brothers and sisters in the Pacific, we see you. We see you when the media shrinks your presence, when they take out Pacific when writing about Pacific climate warriors. We see you when they repeatedly interrogate you to strip you of your emotional well-being. The media's attempt at Eurocentric erasure will not distract us from your resiliency, power, and vulnerability. And while they try to extract your stories from you, replace it with a voice that isn't yours, know that all of us here today will be with you to stand in solidarity, listen to your experiences, and help to lift the weight of your hardships. But not just today, every day. Being an ally is not about convenience or choice. Allyship is consistency. If frontline communities have to deal daily with the adversity striking their communities due to climate change, then it is our duty as allies to show up every day with them. Allyship is prioritizing our frontline youth to the front because their experiences are imperative, not our 5 seconds of fame. Allyship is not claiming veganism as climate justice when you still smoke cigarettes or complain about the exploitation of animals while ignoring the exploitation of the immigrant farm work that brings the food to your table every day. It is looking at every social justice issue with an intersectional lens. Climate justice is not just climate justice. Environmental justice is racial justice, indigenous liberation, and migrant justice. When the fossil fuel industry tries to erode the cores of our frontline communities, their passion and courage continue to persist. We will not be bystanders to the destruction this industry not only has on the environment, but these communities themselves. They attempt to rattle your souls, belittle you of your knowledge, and speak on your experiences. But that's not happening today. Today, we're taking to the streets to get our demands signed. Today, we reject the greed, racism, and corruption of the fossil fuel industry. Today, we stand with our Pacific Islander and indigenous communities at the risk of losing their homes in less than a decade. Today, we send love and strength to the Pacific Islanders whose lands have already been swallowed by the sea. Today, we don't just fight for change, we make it. They don't want us to win, but guess what? We already are. Thank you.
Give it up for Breely one more time for that amazing speech he just gave. All right, up next, Pacific Islander and Indigenous students will be performing a spoken word poem together. This poem that we are about to perform is called "The Seas Are Rising and So Are We." It was written by Indigenous and Pacific Islander communities at Roosevelt High School about our fight for our homelands and making sure frontline students are at the center of all the organizing around climate justice.
This is called a call and response. So when we put our fist up in the air, we invite you all to say, "The seas are rising and so are we." We are going to do this one time here in front of all of you so you can hear the poem, and then we will say it one more time together at Terry Strunk Plaza in front of the city commissioners to make our statement in solidarity with each other. Here is "The Seas Are Rising."
How do we do this? Nani, you started. Can we get all our PI and Indigenous students to be with us, please? Y'all join us. Or around us, or if you're down here, look out that way.
Wait. Oh, okay. Am I starting right here? Yeah. Right? I think the instructions weren't clear. You want them up on the stage with you or not?
We want y'all up here. Yeah, PI students come up here and Indigenous students come up. Yes, all the schools, all PI, okay? You guys gotta. Are you guys done? You guys go around us. You guys gotta be around. Oh, okay. Vice, hey, y'all gotta get around us. Oh, sorry, y'all. Scoot over, are there some more people coming? Oh, really? Okay.
Wait, where's Leo? Where's Leo? Come stand. Can you go right after? Can you go right after?
Okay, y'all. You go next to Leo.
Put the mic in the middle, and when it's your turn, step up to the mic.
Oh, that's good. Better.
So stand? Okay. No, there's only one mic, so have the mic.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, ready? So when you speak, go into the middle of it. When you speak. Y'all ready? Say it as loud as you can. You're going to count it off.
Okay, you guys remember when we raise our fist, you guys say with us, the seas are rising and so are we. Okay? Y'all ready? Yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3. The seas are rising and so are we. Our stories begin with the ocean and will end with it if we don't take a stand. We're here to make it known that as the seas rise, so will we. We stand here today with our ancestors and their stories as one. Coming in and out, the tides whisper our ocean stories, starting with the Nesranim and ending with the Nepuganim. Greeting us with the hello, with the fear of saying a forceful goodbye. The seas are rising and so are we.
Our beautiful flags raise high, our chests scream loud, our ancestors carry with us in our hearts. To the loved ones at home, Ma'ofalahiatu, to the ones that have passed, Ogumauke Fuhu. We do this for the remains of our islands, our culture, and our identity.
Fighting for our islands that raised us, loved us, fed us, and took care of us. To our ancestors, Aptog, Apos, Abenetikiri Sogiri Kebi, Rerabi Agagets, Ngiriatskewe.
You yell at us to go back to our islands. You say we don't belong here, but we are here because we have nowhere else to go. Our home, our culture, our identity is drowning. Our way of living, communicating, our life is disappearing. You yell at us to go back to our islands, but when you look at our homes, you see destruction. Houses being hit with waves, cemeteries and graveyards being washed away into the ocean as if they never existed.
Our cultures are drowning. Homes are disappearing. Can you see the fear in my eyes? The tears in my eyes? Do you hear my cry?
The seas are rising and so are we.
Because of us, storms are stronger than ever before. Because of us, there's more pollution than ever before. Because of us, there are more droughts, hurricanes, wildfires, more trees being cut down. Because of us, the species that was here before us will be gone.
Super typhoons are attacking my people. Corporations are killing our homes. My elders are in pain. Your so-called beaches, resorts, hotels, souvenirs are our sacred lands washed away, and you still sit back and do nothing.
The seas are rising and so are we.
You say that we're stupid, that we're dumb. Our acts of protest are useless. You look at us like we're crazy. Crazy for fighting for the damaged homes. Crazy for screaming. Our voice is loud and proud for our culture.
The seas are rising and so are we.
Do you realize the history rooted beneath the earth? The one that you ignore? The one that we're fighting for?
As the wise rise against Ethiopia's colonization, we will rise again against the purposeful destruction of our earth.
With the pain and sadness along with the heartbreak, we as warriors still have hope. And we are fighting with fire to save our home islands. Being without them, we are lost, along with our identity.
The seas are rising and so are we.
We will fight with our chimu, singing, marching, fierce. Simanchunu takara. Ike kara henoko made. We are not giving up. We are right here, and we will not stand by this climate genocide.
What you don't see is us rising, fighting back against the hate and discrimination, fighting for our people, our children, our homelands.
Seas are rising and so are we.
To my beautiful island of Truk, Farito ngangmiachocho pusiporanowots nesormeponon.
To my beautiful Oromo people, bekum situga karuma amma walin asdawana.
To my beautiful Uchina, Watta chu basa, Uchinanchu makinando, Chibario Okinawa.
To my beautiful islands of Fiji, I say Nisan Bula and Bula Vilaka. We will still fight and never give up. I say Mode, but we will say Bula real soon.
To the last remaining kingdom of the South Pacific and my beautiful island Tonga.
To my beautiful homeland, the Marshall Islands, We see you. We may be small atolls scattered in the Pacific Ocean, but together our voices are powerful. They tell us we're drowning, but what they don't see is us fighting.
To my islands of Palau, we are not giving up.
To all our homelands, the
seas are rising, and so are we.
The things that will carry a place in our hearts, the things that make us proud to be Pacific Islanders. You haven't seen the best of us.
We are not alone. The people will fight. We are rising, we are resilient, we are storytellers, and this story will be passed on forever. But that's only if we fight now, fight together. We are rising.
Nothing about us without us. The seas are rising, and so are we.
Callie.
Alright guys, we're gonna y'all can go back down.
Thank you guys.
Give a shout out to everybody. Y'all did that.
Let's give it up for our Roosevelt and citywide Indigenous students one more time. Next, we are going to give some detail about our next action in this Portland climate strike. After we explain how we want the march to go down and the values we want you all to carry as we strike today, we are going to march from here to Terry Shrunk Plaza right across City Hall, located on Southwest 4th and Madison. Thank you.
So we will be going to Terry Shrunk Plaza to give our demands to our city commissioners and the mayor about climate action and what our government needs to be held accountable for. We have already provided the 4 general ideas of our demands on the flyers that were handed out, if you have them. They're those little quarter-page size things. So we hope that you take this time to read the demands and ground yourself in what we're about to do next. Remember that we are here to fight not only for our own islands and homelands, but for our friends' islands and homelands, and for our city grounds that need to be a part of this climate action. Right? Please take this to heart as we march for our families, our communities, and our own planet. Thank you.
We'll soon be marching from here to Terry Shrunk Plaza. We're starting on Southwest Salmon and Park. We're walking on Salmon down to 3rd Avenue and then down 3rd Avenue to Terry Shrunk Plaza. We want to make sure that the frontline Indigenous students and communities are purposely at the front of the entire march. So we ask for our allies to be surrounding us on the sides of our march and rally once we get to Terry Shrunk. And remember, step up, step back. It is our allies' role to create space for our voices, and by stepping to the side, we are physically making space for those affected in this moment. When we finish the details of this march and chants we will be making time for the frontline students to move to the front and need our allies to step back. Next, we will go over our chants that you see on your flyers as practice before we march.
All right, y'all. So I know we did a few of the chants before we started this. We're going to go over some of those again and some new ones that y'all see on your flyers. You can use any of those that are on the flyers, but we're doing our main ones right here. Our first one, I'll read it to you slowly and I'll teach you how to do it, all right? So our first one is, when our planet's under attack, what do? Stand up, fight back, all right? So this is called a call and response. Okay, we're going to do it 4 times in a row. So I'm going to say, when our planet's under attack, what do? Stand up, fight back. All right, does everybody get that beat? All right, we're going to do it 4 times. I need y'all to be as loud as you can as if you are marching right now. Everybody around us needs to be hearing us in these buildings, all right? You ready?
Stop for 10 minutes, stop for 10.
Come on. Stop for 10. All right. When our planet's under attack, what do? 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 All right, thank you. Remember to use all of these in your marches today, please. Here's our next one. What you see is what you get.
Your
Where y'all going? Okay, so this one is one. Okay, this isn't a call or response one. This is the one that we're gonna do together, but I'm gonna say it twice just so you guys can get the words, and then you guys are gonna say it and repeat it back. Okay. What you see is what you get, but you ain't seen nothing yet. Okay. All right. What you see is what you get, but you ain't seen nothing yet. All right? Okay. Did y'all got it? Do I need to repeat it? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna say it one more time. Okay. What you see is what you get, but you ain't seeing nothing yet. There you go. Yeah, I can see some of y'all got it. Yeah. Okay, ready? Okay, I'm gonna count to 3, all right? Y'all gonna repeat it back to me, okay? Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
What you see is what you get. You ain't seeing nothing yet.
There's a butt in there, you guys. Okay, I'm gonna say it and then you guys are gonna repeat it back to me, okay? What you see is what you get, but you ain't seeing nothing yet.
What you see is what you get. You ain't seeing nothing yet.
Yeah! Okay. Now we're gonna say it all together, okay? I'm gonna need y'all to be loud, all right? We're gonna say this 4 times, okay? All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. What you see is what you get, but you ain't seeing nothing yet. What you see is what you get, but you ain't seeing nothing yet. What you see is what you get, but you ain't seeing nothing yet. What you see is what you get, but you ain't seeing nothing yet. There you go. Okay.
All right. I got another one.
This is our favorite one.
All right, this one is climate change is not a lie. Do not let our planet die. I know y'all know this, so we're going to say it 4 times. Y'all ready? All right. Climate change is not a lie. Do not let our planet die. Keep it going. Keep it. Hold on. I'm going to say it again, and then we're going to say it again, all right? Climate change is not a lie. Do not let planet die. Climate change is not a lie. Do not let our planet die. All right. 3, 2, 1. Climate change is not a lie. Do not let our planet die. Climate change is not a lie. Do not let our planet die. Climate change is not a lie. Do not let our planet die. All right. We'll see what else. Who's next? 90, turn up.
You got it. Just wait. I don't want to take your spot.
Okay, so since there's more people than there was earlier, we're gonna do that one chant that I taught you guys earlier. Tell me what our front lines look like. The one that starts. So, just again, frontline means the people that their lands are being displaced by climate change right now or in the near future. And that's basically our definition of what frontline means, and we hope you guys take that into consideration. And okay, so we're gonna start, okay? Okay, so our front lines, you're gonna start first, then our allies, and then everybody else, okay? All right, ready? Tell me what our front lines look like.
This is what our front lines look like.
Tell me what our allies look like.
This is what our allies look like.
Tell me what our movement looks like.
This is what our movement looks like.
Hey, I like that, okay? Okay, we're gonna do this like 3 more times. We're gonna do this 3 more times, okay? All right, ready? Loud. I need y'all to be loud, okay? All right? Okay. Tell me what our front lines look like.
This is what our front lines look like.
Tell me what our allies look like.
This is what our allies look like.
Tell me what our movement looks like.
This is what our movement looks like.
Hey, okay. This is the second time, okay? Okay, so the second and third time we're just gonna do back to back, okay? All right. Tell me what our front lines look like.
This is what our front lines look like.
Tell me what our allies look like.
This is what our allies look like.
Tell me what our movement looks like.
This is what our movement looks like.
Tell me what our front line looks like.
This is what our front lines look like.
Tell me what our allies look like.
This is what our allies look like.
Tell me what our movement looks like.
This is what our movement looks like.
There you go. Okay? But when we march, please be louder, okay?
All right. Did we do this one already? We will choose one this one? All right, I think this is a new one. I'm pretty sure this is a new one. I'm going to say it slowly, but this is one of those that we might all do together, all right? It's we will choose, we'll decide, we will fight to change the tide. I'm going to say it one more time. We will choose, we'll decide, we will fight to change the tide. All right? Let's practice that a few times because I know that's a lot to memorize. All right, guys? 3, 2, 1. We will choose, we'll decide, we will fight to change the tide. Does that sound make sense to y'all? All right, can I have one of the MCs clapping so we can have a rhythm of that? Yeah, that's all it is. Alrighty, we're gonna do this 3 times in a row. I need y'all to be as loud as you can. All right? Remember, we will choose, we'll decide, we will fight to change the tide. All right? 3, 2, 1. We will choose, we'll decide, we will fight to change the tide. We will choose, we'll decide, we will fight to change the tide. We will choose, we'll decide, we will fight to change the tide. All right? Cool. And I got another one for y'all. All right? We did this one earlier. It is a very famous slogan that is used by the Pacific Climate Warriors. This one has been used at our September 20th climate strike where the Roosevelt PI Club students and students from across the city did a 1.5 poem. I'm not sure if a lot of y'all have seen that. But the phrase that we used was, we are not drowning, we are fighting. All right? So this is a call and response for us. When we say we are not drowning, we are fighting, we are saying that, yes, our islands are being affected by climate change, but that does not mean that we are victims of this. We are activists and we are continuing to fight for this, and we need you all to be there for us. All right? So when we say we are not drowning, you say we are fighting. All right. Let's do that like 4 times, all right? Ready? 3, 2, 1. We are not drowning.
We are fighting.
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 All right, that was awesome. Yes, sir.
Oh, watching. How does Kyle, that's you.
Wait, let's do this.
Huh?
Let's just do our speech. Yeah. Skip to our speech. Oh, fuck.
Okay, you guys. No, you.
What are we doing?
Let's talk.
Hey, all right. So we need y'all to sit tight for like 2 minutes. Never mind. She's taking the mic from me.
All right, guys, hold on. Stay where you are for a second. Okay, so as you can see, we are preparing to get ready for our march. Don't move yet, please. When we are doing this rally, we want to make sure y'all know we need to have our frontline and indigenous students in the front first. If you are going to be an ally to us, you got to create space. And for this, we need to be really clear. We need to make space for our people. All right, so our community guidelines for this march, our frontlines communities are leading this march. This is a peaceful protest, as always. No violence in this march. And understand that some communities are at more of a risk than others to participate. We need y'all to all look out for each other, all right, when we do this march. Remember the chants you got on the flyers, the chants that we just practiced?
Yeah, that's good. You kind of already said that.
And yeah, our frontline communities are heading that way right now. So let's just sit tight till they get over there, please.
Yes, please. Or okay, can I take it? Yes. He's sitting there with the...
Thank you all for understanding. As a reminder, we will be walking down Salmon Street. We will be turning on 3rd Avenue? 3rd Avenue and going down to Terry's Trunk. So this is kind of a short walk. It's like 5-6 blocks, but remember, downtown blocks are long. So remember, this is still a march, y'all. Remember to shake your signs. Make sure that y'all have frontline communities as a priority and that we're all here for each other, okay?
It's Crystal's brother.
Yeah, okay. What? We're making sure our students of color, our indigenous students, our PI students are in the front of this march, please. Let's practice some chants while we're waiting, y'all. Y'all ready for this? I'm gonna tell y'all some new ones. Nah, never mind. I'm not doing no new ones. We are not drowning. 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 All right, y'all know that one by heart, okay? Yes, please. Y'all can see my sign right here if you want.
People that aren't frontline, that put themselves in the front line.
Just the students of color.
Yeah, we wanted Roosevelt to be with us. Just making sure. Do you want me to give like all the, but like we're having? Okay, I just want to hear that. Like, do you need me to? Can you do the chants? Yeah, I can follow you down there. Yes, yes. Wait, do it. No, do it, please. It's fine.